Welcome back, guys. As you remember from the end of the last video, we've torn out the carpet that was once underneath me. We've also taken down the trim from around that door and begun to open up this wall to install ducting for the exhaust system on our new polisher. You can see behind me, I've begun to move in cabinetry, so we can begin to get an idea of where things are going to go. This will house the new polisher, as well as provide a home for the ultrasonic and pin tumbler that you saw in the last video. This will be a new welder area that will be the new home for our Orion 200 i2. Right? You can see this behind me. That's just a large silver stack from your perspective, I'm sure. What it actually is, though, is HVAC ducting that you can purchase at any Home Depot. It's been screwed together with self-tapping metal screws. It'll be installed in the wall today to begin the new exhaust system for the polisher. Right? So at the end of our video today, what we will have done is installed the new cabinetry here and there, as well as fill in this gap so that the faces present correctly. Let's get to it. You can see here I've got this awesome 8-inch poplar board. I know that gap is somewhere around 6 or 7 inches, so there will be plenty of overhang to create a consistent appearance in the corner. What I'm doing here is just measuring and marking off to see what I've got to cut. I need to make sure that I can still open the drawers on what will be the left side of the welder area there, without them fouling on the front of the cabinetry that will contain the ultrasonic and pin tumbler and such. Once I've got it all measured and marked, I'll take it to the back and slice it all up with the chop saw. Now that we've got all of that nice and cut up, I've got extensions for the kickboard as well as extensions for the face. I've gone ahead and cut up a couple of extra pieces that I'll be using as connection blocks that I can drive screws through both sides of. I'll be connecting everything up with 2-inch fine-threaded drywall screws. I know that those will go in nicely, and I also know that they won't split the wood if I accidentally overdrive them. What I'm going to do here is just build up from the bottom, pre-drilling pilot holes in my connection blocks, and then screwing everything together, starting from the bottom and working my way up. While I do that, let's break out something a little more exciting for our soundtrack. My assembly of the face extension is coming along nicely here, and John has joined me to begin installing the door frame that we picked out to replace the one we took out yesterday. We needed something that would better match the style of what we're building here, so we've chosen an awesome scalloped cut door frame with floret accents in the corners. I didn't really think about it until after we'd shot this, but that's not actually a pin nailer John's using to put that frame in there, it is a stapler. That may cause problems later during finishing. We'll have to see. But while John works on getting that in, I'll keep going with my assembly, and we'll break the glitch hop back out. Don't you just love technical difficulties, guys? There was supposed to be video of this explanation and even the installation of this next piece, but apparently the camera died without informing us. Essentially, what's about to happen is we're going to move the cabinet out away from the wall so we can cut a bit more of the drywall away. It turns out that the output of the air handler is lower than we expected, but that's not a big deal. Next, we'll install the ducting in the wall. We did run into an issue with this though. It turns out that you cannot assemble the entire stack outside of the wall if you want it to fit. We ended up having to assemble part of the stack, shove it about 2/3 of the way into the wall, and then assemble the extra extension above the wall in the plenum of the ceiling. before pushing it back down to its final height. Let's break the glitch hop back out while we go ahead and do all of that, and then we'll show you how we actually installed the air handler. When installing ducting, it's typically best to have the duct face out of the wall, although I'm given to understand that that is optional. This is what you saw me driving screws into just a second ago. It's the bracket that holds the middle of the duct in place. Essentially, it's just an extra piece of sheet stock that's slid in between the drywall and the ducting, which is then bolted to both. That supports the center of the duct stack along with more screws at the top and bottom. This is both the last step and last piece of footage we have from today, thanks to that dang camera glitch. That's okay though, because it actually is the stopping point for the day. What John is doing here is cutting into the coupling area of the duct to make that opening taller. The air handler's output matches pretty well with the duct width-wise, so all we need to adjust here is the height. With that duct adjusted, we ended the day by screwing the cabinets to the wall. Needless to say, we'll be policing the cameras a bit harder from now on. We had to make a mistake somewhere, and we're actually kinda glad it was here. As upset as we are that we can't share the footage with you, we're still glad that we did get what we did. As always though, tomorrow's a new day. We can't wait to get cracking tomorrow on installing the countertops and the upper cabinets though, and we're thrilled that you've been with us so far. Please, please, please let us know what you think in the comments below and check out tomorrow's video.